What is something that's completely legal but makes you look like a complete psychopath? Not turning around after entering an elevator. Instead, just walking out backwards when you reach your floor. Bonus points for people who are able to navigate all the way to their boss's office without falling. Walk in and have a conversation about a raise while sitting backwards facing away from your boss. Here's an interesting and admittedly stupid dare. Spend an entire day facing the direction you were when you got out of bed. Looks like I'm driving backwards tomorrow morning. Digging holes in your yard at 3 in the morning. Uh-oh. Time to do some night digging. Again. Sigh, now we have to move again. Walking around in public with a glass. Like a cup from home. Okay Julian. We found you. Frick off Lahaye. You hear that, Randy? It's the winds of Speep. A Speep storm is a-comin'. Downloading all of someone's social media pictures. Printing them out. And putting them up in your home. Be very careful what you post. Especially if you have ever posted pictures of your kids. My psycho cousin hated me and printed a pic of me to put on his wall while he shadowboxed in his room. Yikes. You're telling me LOL, luckily he's out of my life now. Wear only my shoes and a Speedo while I mow my lawn. Or trimming your lawn with scissors on your hands and knees. Scissors and a ruler. And a magnifying glass. Future HOA president right here. Eating vanilla pudding out of a mayonnaise jar. Eating mayonnaise out of a mayonnaise jar. Eating mayonnaise out of a pudding cup. Eating mayonnaise out of a human skull. R/they escalated quickly. For example, crawling on a sidewalk. Not moving in a queue. This was moderately annoying before COVID. But now in the world of queuing 6 apart. It makes me want to strangle people when they do it. I already have to deal with mouth breathers asking if I'm queuing to enter the store. No. I'm just standing on the sidewalk without moving because I'm bored. Get out of my way then. I want to go inside. Just staring at someone. Believe it or not, sometimes at my middle school boys would stare at girls and the girls' parents would complain to the principal and the principal made them stop. I stared at a girl's chest like 4 seconds to read what was on her shirt and she punched me and said, "Go away from me." Pervert, and I said, "I was only reading your shirt," and she, "I know you were looking at my tits." Pervert. Next day her parents came and I nearly died. Her parents came? LOL, I mean to the school. Sorry for bad English. You should have paid attention in English class. Instead of staring at tits. Do you would ha 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 ha. Licking the windows on the public bus. Do not recommend. At least till after the pandemic. You really think the windows are gonna be less nasty then? You've been in quarantine too long. My friend. You don't remember being free. Maskless. Licking everything and rubbing our faces. The good times. Leaving a shop without buying anything. You're just awkwardly walking past the cashier hoping they won't say anything so you can leave peacefully. And you're specifically trying to look like you aren't suspicious. Which makes you just feel like you look even more suspicious. At the bank today. A lady had a stacked envelope of cash. I didn't even think about it. I'm waiting for my checks to be cashed. Just standing there. She looks over at me and says, "I sold some furniture and they paid for all of it in 20s. I said, "Well, at least it's not 5s. Didn't even faze me. It was probably an 1.5 inch thick envelope. When I left, I realized she was trying not to look suspicious. Poor old lady. No, I didn't think you were part of the cartel. Undefined. As an adult. Asking kids I don't know if they will be my friend. It might not be illegal, but you'll end up on a list. A list of cool dudes who befriend cool kids. That's the spirit. Closing and opening your eyelids with your hands rather than blink. This one made me laugh. Thanks. I needed a laugh. Mixing M&Ms and Skittles. S&Ms. Crouching on your fence and grinning like a gargoyle at your neighbors. Giving your friends a drink but holding the drink with 4 fingers knuckle deep in their soda. Giving your friends a drink but holding the drink with 4 fingers knuckle deep in their anus. There. I fixed it for you. Not legal LMAO. It is with consent. Paying for things with nothing but pennies and demanding change in nothing but pennies. Why would you get change if you only paid in pennies? Good catch. I suppose asking for a refund and demanding it in pennies. Then. Not moving your arms while you walk. And only moving your arms while you walk. Wouldn't that be a handstand? Or standing still but moving your arms like a crazy person. This one's a classic, but eating a Kit Kat the wrong way. Yeah, you know what way I mean. Just biting into the Kit Kat with no respect for the sanctity of the individual Kit Kat sticks. Chomping into several all at once like a goddamn heathen savage. They taste better when eating them like a psycho. Walking down the high street in your bathrobe and slippers. Sunglasses optional. Depends if you are rug shopping or not. I need something that will really tie the room together. What do you suggest? In a lot of places, drinking alcohol in public is illegal. But I don't think those laws apply to the non-alcoholic mixers. I just think it'd be funny for someone to be drinking out of a gallon of margarita mix in public. Nothing technically wrong with it. But you'd look insane. When eating fries. Taking each fry out and individually putting a dab of ketchup on there. Like putting toothpaste onto a toothbrush. I have actually done this. I enjoyed it tbh. Being a complete psychopath. There's nothing inherently illegal about that. In fact, in most major organizations it will likely get you a seat on the board. This is a kind of weird one that I have actually done myself multiple times. But as someone who has always had issues with seasonal affective disorder but is an avid runner on some pretty chilly days like 5 to 8 degrees Celsius, for example, if it's sunny out I will go for my like 3-5K run shirtless around the neighborhood. People definitely look at me like I am either insane or trying to make some kind of bizarre flex, but I am actually just hoping I can desperately soak up some vitamin D, and if I am running at a fast enough pace the cold won't bug me at all. I guess I get a bonus for looking like a psychopath because I am also sometimes wearing a winter hat because my ears are like the one part of my body that will actually get cold and bother me. I'm calling the authorities immediately. Having one of your hands lost and replacing it with 5 rusty hooks only to be known as Pentahook from the Ailstorm song. Breaking into your own house. I had an ex who wouldn't finish a chicken nugget before grabbing another one. I asked him about it and he explained that he's just not paying attention. I'm still disturbed that he never made it a point to just finish the one he started. LOL. I can see why he's an ex. Putting ketchup on your pancakes. Some kid in elementary school would do that when we had breakfast for lunch. It's been years and I still can't get that out of my head. When I was in middle school I would put steak sauce on pancakes. I'm not a breakfast person. Sucking your thumb. Apparently walking downtown wearing a hazmat suit. With an open cup of coffee. That has a chunk of dry ice in it and it's smoking. Also, while it's raining. Throwing a bunch of dry ice under the fire department captain's car and walking inside to calmly tell him his car is smoking. Those were some fun times. Question. Is dry ice safe to use in drinks like that? That must have been an epic iced coffee. I drank it without issue. It's just CO2. You can put it in punch for Halloween. Big blocks of it are cheap. Like 14. We get regular frozen deliveries at work. I guess years ago one of the ladies thought it would be funny to put it into the toilet. I guess she put in a lot and froze it up and it cracked. Putting yourself on U-lock just feels so wrongs. Did this with a shirtless torso only flex photo of myself to get a laugh out of my girlfriend. I left it that way for months and eventually I forgot my phone in the bathroom at work. The office's old lady receptionist/secretary was given the phone by the next bathroom user and she gave me a little smile when I recovered it. Years later after she had retired I learned from another co-worker that she thought I was gay and dating a male co-worker who I usually ate lunch with. She must have thought that was my lunch buddy's picture. But there's no way he looked that chiseled and beautiful with his shirt off. Insulin price gouging. I'm pretty sure that is illegal. At least it is where I live. Putting your shoes on before your socks. Putting milk in the bowl before the cereal. Guess I am a psychopath. Punching trees. Watering your lawn and/or garden while it's raining. Keeping your gloves in the glove compartment. Sitting in the dark doing nothing. Going to the urinal right next to someone else and saying hi to them. Attending every little league game with no kid on the team. I saw a lady walking backwards down the side of the road today so that. Eating Fruit Loops and milk separately. Drinking pickle juice straight out of the jar. I do this. I've just done this. Spiced vinegar. Sleeping with socks on. Hey. My feet get cold. I sleep with only socks on. Wearing big fluffy home shoes at public places. The ones which look like stuffed toys. Putting toilet roll on the holder. Backwards. I don't think orange juice tastes bad after I brush my teeth. Stopping dead in your tracks in public and unbuckling your belt. Then readjusting it better. Biting ice cream. Poop in the floor, not sure if it's legal though. Reading and writing dark romances and dark deviant/taboo physiological thrillers. Eating cereal with water instead of milk. Breaking into your house when you forget your keys. Not putting the shopping cart back. Using a glass from home, fill it up with water and walk down the street. Brushing your teeth in public, just pull it out of your back pocket. Squirt some toothpaste on it from a tube you hid in your boot. And spit into any nearby trash cans. Getting married and divorcing different people multiple times, like 7, 9, 13 times. Going to the supermarket and buying a single banana every single day. I'm pretty sure there are no laws against eating speep, but damn if I don't think someone is bat speep crazy to eat speep. Biting into a Kit Kat without unwrapping it. Dipping Oreos in water instead of milk. Cleaning my guns while sitting in a lawn chair in my front yard. Yes. I do that. Complete psychopath. No. New neighbor I'm going to meet with a six-pack in hand. Yes. Are we both wearing our Hawaiian shirts for the Boogaloo party? Did we just become friends? LOL. Going for a walk / going to a party with a glass with water from home. Pineapple on pizza. Pushing around a stroller with something besides a baby or dog in it. Purchasing baby dolls. Cutting their eyes out and then hanging them from trees. Grabbing a glass by the rim with your fingers dipped slightly in the drink. Trimming your toenails on the bus by gnawing them. Walking my ferret on a leash at a park got me a lot of stares and odd remarks like HA next. People will be bringing their goldfish to parks. I promise it's really not that weird. But I would never recommend anyone get into owning a ferrets. Taking a normal-sized bottle of Mountain Dew. Pouring an entire normal-sized bag of Skittles into it. Putting the cap back on. Letting it sit for a few minutes. Then drinking the result. Replacing any milk in a recipe with chocolate milk. I made chocolate macaroni and cheese. Let's just say my friends don't trust me to cook alone in the kitchen anymore. Putting the milk in first when making tea. People watching with a creepy smile. Starting to eat a product you are going to buy at a supermarket before actually paying for it. Being rich. Like rich. Not just well off. How does LeBron James look like a psychopath? Cannibalism. I think this is illegal. Not in some places. Having a prescription for methamphetamine. Telling people I make my own ammunition. Build guns and teach my 3-year-old gun safety. The looks at work parties are priceless. Totally normal in Wyoming. Totally normal in Ohio. Freedom. Beluga. Eating strawberries including the leafy top. Eating shrimp including the tail. Digging in the back of your own pants. Putting the fingers to your nose and inhaling deeply. Licking your index finger. Putting it in the nose to wet the dry boogers. Bringing them out and snacking on them. Microwaved mayo. Cutting in line at the grocery store. Eating a single potato chip. Walk on the mall with your shoes full of speep. Wearing Crocs. Reposting the same beeping question in an attempt for upvotes. Bringing a glass of water into public. Immediately thought of a Fairburn YouTube video of a guy who likes drinking microwaved water. Supporting Trump. Not wearing a mask in public. Doing anything worthy of being posted on r/cringytopia. Protesting against wearing masks and buying all of the eggs at the supermarket. Ordering a straight shot of espresso at Starbucks and downing it at the drive-through window. People are crazy. Not beating pedophiles' asses. Staring at people with a creepy smile and cold stare and unintentionally following them. BC I'm going to the same place they are also going. Not tipping service staff appropriately. Why would that make me look like a psychopathy? Playing Grand Theft Auto and obeying all traffic laws. Buying a tiger. Driving around with the rear windshield covered in snow. Depending where you live, this isn't legal. There are a few states where you have to clean your car off before driving due to safety issues. I've personally seen chunks of ice fly off the top of cars and destroy windshields. Flying a kite at night. Collecting 500 rocks from my backyard and placing them in piles of 10 and it looks like an array. If anyone wants an explanation, just tell me. Double texting. You can wear a hunting knife on your belt and walk around in public, as long as it's clearly visible to anyone who looks at you. If it's hidden, it's a concealed weapon and illegal. Sitting super close and being extra attentive when someone is singing karaoke. Sprinting in busy public spaces. Playing Cuphead in hard mode. Pushing someone's shopping cart down the aisle in the grocery store when they leave it to be an obstruction for other customers. Also, leaving your shopping cart in the middle of the aisle because you assume people care more about you than you care about them. Eating your ice cream cone first. Not filling the chip bag. Drinking your own urine. Standing in front of a restaurant pointing at workers. Sniffing people's seat when they get up, preferably before they leave the room for max damage. Legally changing your surname to match someone else's. Protesting for no beeping reason. Appealing to the Supreme Court to overturn an election. Eating dog's peeps from the street. I lolled at the poetic simplicity of this one. Necrophilia in 9 US states. Guess I know where I'm moving to. Eating a hot dog widthways instead of lengthways. Sir, war crimes still count as illegal, I'm afraid. Follow someone into a cafe or restaurant. Pick a victim, bonus points if they are alone. Follow them inside. Don't look away. Sit on the table next to them, keep on staring. Order the exact same meal as them. They probably won't forget you after this. I tried helping a friend open his door to his house because he left his keys in. He just asked me, "You do this often?" I just replied with a yeah, and he kind of felt awkward about that, even though I opened my grandma's house with a card until I finally get a key. So now I joke about stealing their stuff in the house and I get blame always about missing stuff in the house of my friends, even though I wasn't in that house. I didn't even knew he lived there. Keeping a bag of 17 pig hearts in your freezer really makes you hesitate to get ice when you have people over. Sprinting in public wearing regular clothes. If you see it, you know something about to go down. Walking or running without swinging your arms, just having them straight down at your sides.